Who is likely to become William Ruto's running mate in 2022 general election? That's one question which most Kenyans have been asking. And most Kenyans had assumed that William Ruto was going to choose his running mate from the larger Mount Kenya region. And they even went further and narrowed down that list to at least 3 individuals. Martha Karua, Ndindi Nyoro, and Rigathi Gachagua. Previously, there was Anne Waiguru, there was Moses Kuria, and also there was Mwangi Kiunjuri. And when the deputy president was in Murang'a the other day, most people concluded that Ndindi Nyoro was going to be that running mate. But that's not going to be the case. Oscar Sudi has answered that question. Oscar Sudi was on Kass FM earlier today, and he was asked that particular question. And Oscar Sudi gave a very clear, answer on who is going to become William Ruto's running mate. According to Oscar Sudi, the running mate is going to come from the larger Western Kenya. And you all know that if the running mate is going to come from the larger Western Kenya, you can easily tell who that person is going to be. That person is going to be Musalia Mudavadi. And they are choosing someone from the larger Western Kenya region because of the fact that, according to Oscar Sudi, William Ruto has already consolidated the support of the larger Mount Kenya region. So that region will vote for him whether they are going to be given the running mate or not. So the running mate for the deputy president is going to come from Western Kenya, and that individual is going to be Musalia Mudavadi. Oscar Sudi is not your ordinary politician. Oscar Sudi, when Oscar Sudi speaks, that's basically William Ruto speaking. Just like when you hear Junet Mohammed speaking, you know that's Raila Odinga speaking. Just like when you hear Mudavadi speaking, you know that's President Uhuru Kenyatta speaking. So I want to believe that William Ruto's running mate is actually going to be Musalia Mudavadi. So the question is, why is William Ruto settling on Musalia Mudavadi? So in this video today, I want us to look at that disturbing news which the deputy president has delivered to the people of the larger Mount Kenya region through Oscar Sudi. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So the best thing you can do is to give this video a thumbs up, and that's a special request I'm making. You can also support the channel by dropping your comments, and the best is to share this video in your WhatsApp group, Facebook, Twitter, and any other platform where you can share it. Now, let us get back to the main question. Why is William Ruto settling on Musalia Mudavadi, or someone from the larger Mount Kenya region? I mean, someone from the larger Western Kenya region. The choice of a running mate is normally determined by several factors. One of the factors is the game of numbers. When it comes to numbers, there's no any other region which can deliver those numbers than Mount Kenya region and Western Kenya. In fact, if you have Rift Valley, you have Central or the mountain, and you have Western, I can assure you, nobody can defeat you. So William Ruto has figured out that already he has Rift Valley, he has Mount Kenya in the pocket, and therefore the only region he needs is Western Kenya. So according to Oscar Sudi, they want to appease or to entice the Western Kenya by giving them the deputy president. So when it comes to games of numbers, Western Kenya has the numbers. The other thing is the ability to run campaigns as a running mate, so that when the deputy president is not there, I mean when the presidential candidate is not there, then the deputy or the running mate can actually take over. Musalia Mudavadi can actually take charge of Kenya Kwanza in the absence of the deputy president. The other thing is the ability to fund the campaigns. Can Mudavadi attract funding? That's a question which I can't answer as at now, but I know in his own right he's a billionaire. That's number one. Number two, he must be having friends who will be willing to pump money. But again, William Ruto, in his own right, can fund a presidential campaign to its conclusion. The other factor is the credibility the candidate is bringing. When you look at Ruto and look at Mudavadi, there's something which Mudavadi is bringing to William Ruto's camp. So Mudavadi can make that running mate. But how will the choice of Musalia Mudavadi impact on the larger Mount Kenya region? Should Mudavadi be appointed as running mate, do you think Mount Kenya will vote for Ruto if Raila Odinga will give them a running mate? So there are a lot of factors which are going to be at play. But let us focus on this issue of Ruto settling on Musalia Mudavadi. What are the reasons why Ruto is settling on Mudavadi? The first reason, and this is the major reason, is that the Mount Kenya region is now proving to be slippery for the deputy president. And I think William Ruto is giving up on the larger Mount Kenya region. He thought he had banked the region in his basket, but the entry of President Uhuru Kenyatta is sending different signals. Raila Odinga is fighting to get 40%. So if Raila Odinga were to get 40% from the larger Mount Kenya region, then without a running mate from the larger Western Kenya, Raila Odinga will easily win the presidency. So William Ruto, in his calculation, thinks that Mount Kenya, if anything, those who will vote for him have already decided they are going to vote for him, whether they are given a running mate or not. So he's now trying to take the risk of going to the Western Kenya region in the hope that if Musalia Mudavadi is made the running mate, then it can change the tide in his favor in the larger Western Kenya. What I don't know is whether Western Kenya will view Musalia Mudavadi differently, like they would view him assuming he was a running mate. I mean, he was a presidential candidate. So in the absence of a presidential candidate from the larger Western Kenya, Musalia Mudavadi being given the running mate would mean that he will be now the senior most politician. So William Ruto has understood that Kenya is slippery for him, and therefore he needs to cover for those in Western Kenya. So that's the first reason why he's opting for Musalia Mudavadi. The second reason why he's opting for someone from the larger Western Kenya is because of the fact that the entry of Mudavadi into Kenya Kwanza actually complicated the political equations of the deputy president. Initially, the deputy president had figured out that he was going to have a running mate from the larger Western Mount Kenya region. Then Mudavadi was going to be either a presidential candidate or a running mate somewhere to Mudavadi, to Kalonzo, just a third force. So when Mudavadi joined him, automatically he saw an opportunity. And that's why when Musalia Mudavadi entered into Kenya Kwanza, Rigathi Gachagua was taken aback. And Rigathi Gachagua made a lot of noise, and at some point he was very categorical that Musalia Mudavadi's entry into Kenya Kwanza has nothing to do with the running mate. Because when they invited Mudavadi to Kenya Kwanza, they already told him that the running mate was going to come from the larger Mount Kenya region, and that was not negotiable. So when he made those comments, Musalia Mudavadi responded ruthlessly to him. And if you've been following Rigathi Gachagua from that point, Rigathi Gachagua went to UDA party headquarters, picked his Madeira nomination papers, applied to contest in Madeira, which now ruled him out, because if he was going to be the running mate, he would not have done that. So from that point, at some point, he even took low profile from politics, because he realized that things were changing. And of course, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. There was no coincidence in Rigathi Gachagua making that move. And there was no coincidence in Cleophas Malala insisting that the running mate must come from Western Kenya. They wanted to invoke or to provoke that discussion within Kenya Kwanza. And indeed, they've succeeded in invoking that discussion. So the entry of Mudavadi into Kenya Kwanza changed William Ruto's plans completely. I think William Ruto was not even prepared for Musalia Mudavadi's entry into his camp. So when Musalia Mudavadi accepted, he saw those numbers. So that's number two. Number three, I think William Ruto is also keen on stopping the Azimio la Umoja's movement from first round win. The truth of the matter, without getting a running mate from the larger Western Kenya, Ruto cannot defeat Raila in Western. That's the fact. Mudavadi cannot defeat Raila in Western. That's the fact. So, if Ruto were to get a running mate from Mount Kenya, Raila Odinga gets a running mate from Mount Kenya, then they were going to compete. Someone was telling me that already Meru is shifting towards Azimio. I don't know how true that is. Yeah. So William Ruto feared that if Western were to rally around Raila, and then Mount Kenya splits the votes, let's say Raila managed 40 or 30%, that will guarantee Raila Odinga first round win. So to prevent first round win for Raila Odinga, the deputy president had hoped that Kalonzo Musyoka was going to go up to the ballot. But that did not happen. So the only way is to get a running mate now from the larger Western Kenya, in the hope that the Western will vote with him. And number 4, in my view, is Nairobi politics. You see, the politics of Nairobi has always been very simple, very easy, from 1992 up to now. But when you look from 2007, 2013, 2017, you can predict the pattern. It has always been Raila versus the Kikuyu, like in that case. But this time, there's Raila Odinga working with Uhuru Kenyatta. So which means the Kikuyu's numbers in Nairobi, they might not vote as a block. So it means if, for example, 40% were to vote for Raila's candidate or Azimio, then William Ruto cannot win Nairobi. So for William Ruto to succeed in Nairobi, he needs the Luhya vote. So which means the 40% who are going to leave Mount Kenya, he can get them from the Kikuyu, from the Luhya nation. So I tend to think that's his mathematics, Nairobi politics, so that at least he can get one member of parliament here, another there, he can get the Senate, for example. Maybe if he plots well, he can get the governor through Sakaja. Because Sakaja, he believes, can get the votes from the Kikuyu nation there, who supports him. The Luhya will vote for him, and then he can sneak. Without that, William Ruto will not have any chance in Nairobi. Even in Lang'ata, where Korir won because of the Kikuyu factor in Lang'ata, and then the confusion which rocked ODM during the nominations. And lastly is Kalonzo factor. William Ruto had figured out that there was no way Kalonzo Musyoka was going to work with Raila Odinga under any circumstance. So he was pushing for Kalonzo Musyoka to go up to the ballot. So when Kalonzo Musyoka made the move to join Raila Odinga, he was taken aback. That's when the reality dawned on him that with the Kalonzo Musyoka now joining Raila Odinga, things are not going to be easy for him. So the best thing is to take the gamble and risk Mount Kenya and go for someone from Western Kenya, who is Musalia Mudavadi. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And again, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'll be in Mombasa on Thursday. We meet Uko. Bye-bye.